Why is it so challenging for organizations to effectively manage their risk posture? The majority of your tools perform similar functions within their specific domains. They collect data on the current state of whatever they are designed to protect, analyze that information to provide an overview of your risk in that domain, and then perform two main tasks: helping you report on that state and assisting you in taking action to reduce risk based on their findings. The problem is, this process and its outputs are duplicated across your various endpoint tools and multiple other tools you use, creating a fragmented approach. Additionally, each vendor defines their own value add within this process. This means you are relying on the vendor's interpretation of how to make sense of the data, their definition of which metrics matter and how to calculate them, and their limited set of options for assigning work within your environment. Why do so many struggle to understand their risk posture? Because the data exists in silos, and the intelligence is often locked within a black box that is difficult to comprehend or modify. What if we could take a completely different approach? Imagine if, across your diverse landscape of tools, we could collect data holistically, integrating various types of data into a single platform. Then, what if we could connect all that disparate data to enrich our understanding, contextualize the information, and provide a transparent, adjustable starting point for assessing risk? What if, when reporting or mitigating risks, we could utilize a constantly and automatically updated dataset, with the flexibility to view information from any perspective, whether it be an asset, a user, a vulnerability, or an application? And what if we could tailor workflow assignments to align perfectly with how your organization operates? This is exactly what Zscaler has built. A revolutionary approach to comprehensive risk management. We integrate all the expected vulnerability feeds, along with exploitation and threat intelligence data. We also incorporate findings from new types of vulnerabilities, such as cloud issues and misconfigurations, and contextual feeds such as identity, assets, endpoints, and user behavior. We gather all this entity information into our platform, detailing your vulnerabilities and other contextual points. The true innovation of Zscaler lies in how we process this data to create a security knowledge graph. We deduplicate and correlate the data, enriching and contextualizing our knowledge about each entity and understanding the relationships between them. Our platform provides insights through reports and workflows.
UVM helps you run an efficient vulnerability management program. It helps contextualize, prioritize, assign, and track the right items with the right people.
We offer out-of-the-box reports and dashboards that can be customized to your metrics. And we enable you to automate workflows that reflect how your organization truly operates. We call this the Zscaler Data Fabric for Security, offering a richer dataset for effective vulnerability management. Zscaler ensures your teams spend their valuable time analyzing data, not merely compiling it across numerous spreadsheets. Consider the use case of vulnerability management. Suppose a tool identifies an asset with a CVE that has a CVSS score of 7. How risky is that? If you know the asset has EDR, the risk is lower. If the asset is in a development environment, the risk decreases further. Now, imagine another asset with the same 7 score, but it is exposed to the internet. The risk is higher. If there's a known exploit for that CVE, the risk increases. If the asset contains PII, the risk grows further. If the asset owner frequently falls for phishing attempts, the risk is even higher. This approach provides a much more accurate view of risk based on your specific environment and factors. And the best part is, you control the calculations. You define how to account for the base risk score, how much weight to give to various factors, and how to adjust the risk based on contextual information. In a bank, for example, where a team manually adjusts risk scores based on additional factors, Zscaler automates this process, providing an out-of-the-box solution that uses any and all parameters relevant to you.
To recap, the Data Fabric for Security is engineered to curate and correlate data from hundreds of sources, regardless of format or scale. This comprehensive data integration is what sets our platform apart. Our UVM module leverages this data fabric to aggregate risk factors, mitigating controls, and business context.